Hello, hello. So I felt really compelled to come on today, and I think I've got the beginning of a fat lip because I bent down as the dog jumped up and his head cracked my lips. I think if this starts swelling as I'm talking, then So I felt compelled to come on here and talk about kind of what it really, really takes to make it as an online coach in this online world, especially Facebook. This is kind of the platform where I've built my business. And so, I'm talking in this context, really, in the context of what I know. But yesterday, another coach who I don't know personally, but we've kind of been swimming around in the same groups for a while, and over a year ago she suddenly appeared so vibrant, lively, very, very loud. Whenever I saw her, I used to think, blimey, give me a bit of what she's on. And I used to think she's amazing. And yesterday I caught her live on a live stream, and I noticed afterwards that actually I haven't seen her for a while. But yesterday she created a live stream in which she was very, very vulnerable, being very raw, being very honest, and she was basically sharing how she was struggling, that she had made a decision about a year ago, maybe just less than a year, to quit her job and really push forward with her online business. And yesterday she shared on a live stream how she'd found this whole industry, I guess you could call it, this world really much, much harder than she could ever have anticipated. She became a shrinking violet. She started to recoil. She started to question herself and doubt herself and, lose self-confidence. She started to see all these other posts, success posts, people say, my first week and I've made X number of dollars, and all these kind of posts that we see. And as a result of that, she started to feel, well, what's wrong with me? What am I doing wrong? And it really damaged her self-esteem and her self-worth. And so she came on yesterday to really almost expose the truth, to say this is so hard, and she's pulling back for a bit. She's found it much harder than she thought she would. And I felt that, absolutely brave, courageous live stream. It was very vulnerable. It wasn't inviting people onto a pity party. It wasn't anything to do with that. It was just her sharing some truths, being raw and honest, to say, this is so freaking hard. And it was way worse than I ever anticipated. And it got me thinking about what it really takes. And I will say to anybody, what it takes is, to be successful in this online, as an online coach specifically, it takes knowing who you are, what your story is, what your credibility factor is. It takes knowing what you do, who you do it for, what's your passionate why, what's your purpose. It takes all of that, having powerful reasons. If you've got powerful reasons for showing up every day and doing this work, then those reasons will keep you in the game for longer than most. It does take that, but also it takes certain qualities to really make it work, because this isn't easy. I mean, for God's sake, if this was easy, everybody would do it, right? But, you're the one, if you're doing this work, if you are showing up every day, if you are pushing through the fears, if you are creating something from your heart, creating new things, creating messages that, weren't there before because they're uniquely yours. If you're doing this work, then you will know that this is hard, that you are doing things that other people aren't willing to do, aren't prepared to do. really, so you can have the impact in the world that you want to have, and make a difference in the world. And that takes guts, it takes balls. But I want to talk about some of the qualities as I see it that succeeding in this online world really takes. And the first thing is faith. Oh, you have got to have so much faith. Faith in yourself, faith in the process. You've got to trust the process. This is, faith that this is going to work. Faith in your ability to show up every single day. Faith that people are watching you. Oops. Faith that your phone isn't going to drop in the middle of a live stream. But you've got to do the work with faith. And I think, this is something that I don't know where it came from. I just always knew that this would work. It was a numbers game, that if I showed up every single day, 4 or 5 times a day across different groups, that that this would take off. The only time that this would ever not work, this showing up consistently, because I knew who I was, I knew who my message was for and what I did and how I could deliver, that it was only a matter of time from showing up consistently that people would show up for me. And that faith and taking the action with faith is really what the universe favors. The universe favors action. When you start taking action with faith in your heart, even when there's no evidence that this is working, because very often there will be no evidence. Even if, like me, you have no barometer for success in this game. It's the first time I've ever done anything like this 3 years ago when I started. I had no barometer of success. I had no idea of that this would work for me, but I had faith. And that's what kept me going. That's what kept me in the game. It's about having patience, real patience. Not, I've been showing up now for 10 days. Where are my people? That's not going to cut it. It takes time for the stars and the planets to align to what it is you want. It takes time for your message to sink in with your ideal audience. It takes time for people to start to build know, like, and trust. It takes time for people to start to connect your message with who you are, with, connect with your face, connect it with your name, for all that brand awareness to start building. That takes time. So it's about having patience and knowing that when you feel fear, that you're on the right track, that when you're being triggered and every response in your body is saying, run away and hide, stay safe, this is scary, then that's you on your right track. The fear is trying to keep you small and safe, but when you feel it, then that's the time to forge forward. But just keep taking action with patience. So we've got faith, patience, persistence. Oh my God, persistence. You have to be persistent to push through that fear I've just talked about. You have to be persistent in your messaging. Be repetitive in your messaging. Don't worry about repeating yourself. This is what you're supposed to be doing. Repetition. That's how people will connect you to what you do and connect you to your message, and that will stand you out as the go-to expert. You never see McDonald's say, I think we need to talk about something else other than burgers and fries and Happy Meals. No, it's repetition. Builds your brand up, builds your message up. People will start to, again, know, like, and trust you. Start to trust in your message because you're being consistent. So that's the fourth quality, really. We've got faith, trusting the process, faith that it's all working, that it's happening, that the more you show up, the more that momentum is gaining pace. Patience, that you've got to give this time. Things take time. The best things take time. And for you to build your credibility, to build your trust factors with your people, you've got to be patient and continue to show, prove to them you're not some fly-by-night, that you're not here today, gone tomorrow, that you are here to stay and you can be trusted. And then the persistence to show up continuously with a clear message, pushing through the fear, knowing that when I feel fear, I'm on my path, I'm on track. This is the time to keep going, to push through. And consistency. Consistency with your message. Don't keep chopping and changing, just share the same message. I mean, my God, I've been talking about niches and ideal clients for 2 years now. I got dubbed the niche whisperer. The people who know me know what I do. So, and that's because I've talked about nothing, nothing else. So it's just being really repetitive. And that's why it's important, I guess I should add here, to when you get clear on what it is you do and who you do it for, that is what drives you, that you feel very passionate about your niche and your ideal client. That it's that the niche you enter, the subject matter, your topic of choice is something you feel very, very passionate about. The thing that you could do all day long. The thing that you love to talk about, and that once you're kind of occupied, hours fly by and you don't even notice. So, make sure that the niche and ideal client and that the thing you're offering is something that just lights you up, because that's what you're going to be talking about consistently. So, yeah, this live is really just triggered by that coach yesterday. I wish her so much love. I wish her well. This line of work isn't easy. You have to be clear. You have to feel confident. You have to know what it is that you're here to deliver and have all that in place as a foundation. But then you've got the qualities of faith, persistence, patience, and consistency. And there are others, but for me, I feel that they're the main ones that have really helped keep me in good stead, helped me to build this business. It's been almost 3 years now that I've been here and been doing very well. And, so yeah, that's the message I want to share with you. This isn't easy, but remember, if it was, everybody would be doing it. So you are the 1%, elite, unique. Just keep going. And I will speak to you all again soon. Bye for now.